Shalom Makim. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, BAHA, YAHAWASHI, BAHA Rakakwadash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. I want to give a sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI has commanded you to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites that are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you, being the so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American. Shalom. Shalom. It's your brother Halakia from the Gms Colorado camp, and I'm about to go in through the Spirit and power of YAHAWASHI on this video right here on the head of one body going off on the RFID chip, man. You see? And you had some of the elder apostles do a video on it, and this dude, he just spewing madness, man. He has no understanding of how technology works, man, or how or any understanding about this RFID chip, man. You see? So we're going to listen to what he says, and I'm going to bring out some information to prove what he says is wrong, man. You see? So let's get right into it, and YAHAWASHI shall willing is edifying.
What about the chip that the government already?
Ain't no such thing as no chip. That's right.
First of all, there is a chip, man. Ain't no such thing as a chip. What you think you got in your phone? What you think you got in your computer? What do you think this RFID chip is, man? Ain't no such thing as a chip. You talking like the chip don't even exist. It exists, man. You see? It's all type of articles on this chip, man. First incorrect statement, ain't no chip. You see?
Nah, chip, man, that's just some doctrine. Let me tell you something. A lot of them cats out there pushing that chip shit. You have to understand how much data goes in the chip. You ever thought about that? You know anything about computers?
They say everything they do in that chip.
How can everything put everything in there? What about your medical records? What about your financials? What about the land that you own? How much data does a chip hold? See, that's what you got to understand. You got to understand. A terabyte won't fit in there. I'm just saying, in layman's term, about a computer. You get 32 gigabytes in there, and hold all your information, brother.
That's right.
Because then each and every one of these stores got to get a chip machine, right?
Yeah.
Bro, it's not going to happen. The chip, even in Matthew 13, in Revelation 13.
All right, so you heard what he said. 1 terabyte won't hold all the information. You see? So clearly he doesn't understand about computers. He doesn't understand about storage space. You see? That's clearly what he was trying to go into and explain to this brother, but he doesn't understand it. You see? So I was thinking about this earlier as I was working, man, and I was meditating on it, and the Spirit just came upon me and just had me type in how much data can be stored on 1 terabyte. And this is what I came up with. Well, this is what the Spirit brought me to. Let me say that. So this is exactly how it came up. And this is from Dropbox.com. Listen to this, man. How much data can 1 terabyte hold? The average user stores a mix of photos, videos, and documents. When you're setting up a backup plan, either to save device space or preserve files, it's hard to gauge how many photos and videos 1 terabyte of data can hold. 1 terabyte gives you the option of storing roughly 250,000 photos taken with a 12 megapixel camera, 250 movies or 500 hours of HD video, or 6.5 million document pages, commonly stored as office files, PDFs, and presentations. It's also equal to 1,300 physical filing cabinets of paper. You see? So it's way more than enough space in a terabyte to hold anything pertaining to your person, man. You see? Hell, most people don't even have enough information to fill up the first filing cabinet I mean, the first drawer on the filing cabinet, man. You see, let alone 1,300 filing cabinets. That's how much space is in 1 terabyte, man. So if they decided to do it like that, put 1 terabyte on each one of these RFID chips, it would be more than enough space, man. Hell, 32 gigabytes would be more than enough space. You see? Everything that pertains to your person, everything that has anything to do with you, you see, information-wise, it will be on that chip, man. You see? So let's go here. This is the information Apostle Ramla brought up. And this is microchip implant, right? And it reads, a human microchip implant is typically an identified integrated circuit device or RFID transponder encased in silicate glass and implanted in the body of a human being. The type of subdermal implant usually contains a unique ID number that can be linked to information contained in an external database. You see? So it ain't gonna need that much space on this chip, man. You can have, say, 10 gigabytes. All that space is just gonna be used for the software to access your personal records, you see, or anything else pertaining to you, man. That's all you basically need, because the software for these apps, you see, wouldn't take up that much space. So let's see what this what would be on this RFID chip. So it usually contains a unique ID number that can be linked to information contained in an external database, such as personal identification, law enforcement, medical history, medications, allergies, and contact information. All the shit he was going into. What about your financial records? What about your medicals? All that, man. 1 terabyte can hold up to 6.5 million documents, man. Who the fuck you know outside of a corporation that has 6.5 million documents pertaining unto them, man? Nobody. You see? So that would be more than enough data, man. 32 gigabytes would be more than enough data. 20 gigabytes would be more than enough data, because the thing is, all that information won't be stored on your chip. It'll be just like your phone. You see, you don't have that information stored on your phone. You go on Google and you type in a web browser what you want to look up. You type that, say you want to look up cooking recipes. You type in cooking recipes. That search, you see, is going to run to a database and pull that information back on cooking recipes, man. You see, it's not going to be stored on that chip. That's what these external databases is for, man. Server farms, you see. A fucking room or a complex full of computer servers with everything that you need in them, man. You see? All you would probably need is access to the app, just like your banking information, man. You see? That information ain't stored on your phone. You have the app, which takes you to the whatever bank you have mainframe and pulls your information back so you can see how much you have in your account, man. So you can check your bank statements. All that's not saved on your phone, man. Now you can download that information onto your phone. Say you want a updated copy of your bank statement. You would go to your bank's app. You will go to your bank app. Go to the place where they have the bank statements at. Click download. It will download it as a PDF, and it will bring that information from that database to your phone, man. The same thing with these chips. You see? So yes, man, all your information pertaining unto you can be stored, you see, or be accessed by way of this chip, man. If you had land, if they allowed you to have land during the New World Order, whatever the fuck they plan on doing, you would have a deed. That deed would be stored on the database under your personal identification number. You see? Say if you had chip number 145, you see? And these motherfuckers like pull up all the information on chip 145. They would go to the database, type in 145, and all your information would come up. Bartholomew Johnson, 5'7", 145 pounds, black hair, brown eyes. You see? Born so-and-so and so-and-so. Has 2 properties so-and-so and so-and-so. You see? Current available balance in his bank account. So-and-so and so-and-so. All that's going to be tied to your personal identification code, man. Which is going to be linked to all your personal information, man. You see? This guy has no idea what he's talking about, man. No idea, man. There ain't no chip. Like, all this shit right here ain't going on all throughout the earth, man. You see, like, people ain't over there in Sweden getting chipped. You see, 5,000 plus have received the chip over there in Sweden, man. A whole fucking corporation over there in Wisconsin, 3 Square Market, they're giving their employees the chip, man. But ain't no chip. Come on, man. It can't hold that. It can't hold that much information. It don't need to, man. All it needs is a software to access the databases where all your information is stored, man. You see? Come on, man. So yeah, this guy has no idea what he's talking about, man. Let's go by scriptures. This is 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. And that's what he's saying, man. Them cats pushing that chip shit is foolishness unto him, man. He can't see it. You see? And it's right there in his face. Matter of fact, let's do this. Let me see something. Microchip implant. News. Oh, damn, that's a new one. USC students inject his hand with microchips capable of what? I didn't even know this came out. USC student injects his... I'm not going to pay for this shit. USC student injects his hands with microchips capable of opening doors, storing passwords. So he's storing data on his chip. And where's the data linked to? It's on a database, but when he needs it, it pulls it from the database so he can access whatever he needs to access, man. You see? Didn't even know this shit was going on. This is South Carolina. Columbia, yup. USC, that's University of South Carolina. Yup. You see? Let's get this article real quick. Evan Breyer holds his hand over the card scanner of a student apartment building, and after several seconds, the scanner's light turns from red to green. The easy entry is possible with a microchip the University of South Carolina freshman implanted into his hand between his index finger and thumb using a self-injection kit. Breyer, a computer science major, came across the technology online and was intrigued to see people were using microchips to unlock their phones, computers, and homes, and even starting their cars. He imagines one day being able to press his hand against a card reader in the grocery store, checkout, or at a vending machine to pay for items. You see this? Come on, man. It's right here. The technology, if the technology gets better, I'd probably get one, he said. Nigga, you already got one. What the fuck you talking about? I also think the future of something like this is pretty interesting, Breyer said, and he wanted to be among the early adopters. Biohacking is the next phase of human evolution. Human augmentation with microchip implants is just the first step, you see, because they also have that Neuralink, man, that brain-computer interface, that shit that Elon Musk is trying to perfect, man. You see, that's also the mark of the beast, man. That's the mark in your forehead. You see, all the information is right here, man. And like I said, I didn't even know this article was up here, man. Human augmentation with microchip implants is just the first step, but an important one, reads the website for Seattle-based Dangerous Things, the company Breyer purchased the microchips from. While the technology may not be widely used in people, it has gained some traction. What did I just say? At 3 Square Market, a Wisconsin-based technology company, 80 employees last August opted to implant microchips for entering the office building and purchasing items in the cafeteria. About 4,000 Swedes had adopted the technology as of October 2018, and companies offering the implants were finding it difficult to meet demand, according to NPR. So they ain't have enough chips to give to their employees, man. You see? But ain't no microchips, man. Listen to Nate punk ass, man. You see? When this prophecy is speaking loud and clear, man. And that's the spirit, man, because like I said, I didn't even plan on going into this article because I didn't even know it was up. You see? Breyer didn't tell anyone his plan before injecting the microchips, not his roommates and not even his parents back in Macomb, Michigan, north of Detroit. I don't think they were surprised, Breyer said of his parents, who are used to his all in nature when it comes to something he's curious about. They were not surprised it could be done than by the fact that I did it. They were more weirded out and confused by why I would want to do it. Breyer researched the chips and injection methods first, wanted to make sure it was safe and not a scam technology that would be a waste of money. He said the online forums for the microchips are fairly popular, but said choosing to implant them is still definitely far from the norm. He spent $60 for the chip loaded. Call halal YAHAWASHI. He spent $60 for the chip loaded with his contact information and student identification data. Whoo, look at that shit right there. Ain't that a coincidence? No, man, that's a spirit. You see? This is the Most High telling you Israelites that this chip is the mark of the beast, man. He's giving you everything you need to know right here. He spent $60 for the chip loaded with his contact information and student identification data that allows him to enter certain buildings on campus, and $40 for a chip loaded with a password manager for his electronic devices and online accounts. Look at that. You see that? He spent another $30 for a pair of LED light chips that glow when they pass over a scanner to help him more easily find the correct spot to place his hand. In all, it costs less than $150. Now, why are they putting the price out here, man? You see? Why are they giving you a price for this chip? So people, oh, it's only $100. I can go buy one myself and do it myself, this and that and the other. You see? It's optional right now, man. You see? In all, it is less than $150 and got them within 3 days of ordering. Breyer has shown the implanted chips to a few of his professors, one in particular, Jeremy Lewis, an instructor in the College of Engineering and Computing, took an interest in how the chips work. Breyer said, he explains that the chips are passively powered. A core within the chip is able to transfer power to itself from the batteries inside the scanners it hovers over. When Breyer had everything he needed and was ready to implant the microchips, he took an hour to prep, sterilizing everything with alcohol and laying out a sterile drape. He then locked the door to his bedroom and bent over his school desk to get started. The chips come already loaded in sterile syringes. Woo! Breyer said the thinnest needle was about 1.5 millimeters, he said, and the largest was about 3 millimeters, and was a bit more difficult to get under the skin. Breyer kept bandages on for about 2 days. He said it took about a week before it fully healed, and within a month, people weren't able to tell at all. For some who choose to adopt the technology, it's about the novelty of it. For others, it's convenience. Look at that. That's what they pushing. Convenience. Convenience, man. Speed. You see? Breyer said he was simply fascinated with the idea of having a technology that was part of himself, which one day might be used for many different tasks. You see that? And like I said, that's a spirit because I didn't even know that was up there. And that just came out 6 hours ago, man. Call halal YAHAWASHI. 6 hours ago that article came out. Look at that, man. Look at that, man. Call halal YAHAWASHI. So let's go right here, man. Let's get the prophecy. Revelation 13 and 16. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, that he is Esau Edom, beginning with the elites, man. That's the plan of the New World Order. That's the plan of these elites, to have everybody chipped, man, to have everybody in the database. You see? This is their plan, man. This is what they want to happen, because by this happening, they can play the Most High. They can monitor everybody's chip. Like I said before, the scenario I gave earlier, you see, everybody's chip, you have your own personal identification number, and they can go into a database and pull up all your fucking information. You see? Everything they can pull up. Pull up your fucking heart rate, your blood pressure, all that shit, your blood type, all that, man. You see, because they want to play the Most High. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. Don't matter who you are in this society, man. You see? No matter who you are. Old or young, small or great, rich or poor, it don't matter who you are. You see? He's going to enforce this chip on you, man. You see? To receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. You see? Now let's get this word mark. When you go into the word mark, is charagma, right? You see charagma. A stamp or imprinted mark of the mark stamped on the forehead or on the right hand as a badge of the followers of the anti-Hamashiach. Now we know, according to the scriptures, there's not only just one anti-Hamashiach, man. You see? Ain't gonna be some nigga in the suit that show up and he's just the anti-Hamashiach and just him alone. No, man. Anybody who's against the will of YAHAWASHI is an anti-Hamashiach or an antichrist, man. You see? So there's many antichrists in the earth. All you people outside of this truth, all you people who come up against the will of YAHAWASHI, you are an antichrist, man. You see? B, second definition. The mark branded upon horses. Now, why would you brand a mark upon your horse? To show that it's your property, man. The same thing goes with this RFID chip, man. It's to show property, man. That's what this RFID chip is, man. You see? It's to show that these elites own you, man. That's why you would brand your horse. It got out of the stable. It ran across somewhere, and somebody found it. They would see the initials on it and say, "Oh, this is so and so's horse. These are his initials. Let me take him back his horse." You see? Now, how were they able to identify that? By the mark that's branded upon them. You see? The same thing with this RFID chip, man. If you take this chip, you're basically saying that you belong to the elites of Esau Edom, man. You see, you're saying that you belong to the so-called white man, especially you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man, because we are the chosen people of YAHAWASHI, man. He put his name upon us, man. He gave us the name Yasha Allah, man, Israel. You see, because we belong unto him. Now, if you go and take this chip, if you're a so-called Negro, Hispanic, and Native American, that's saying you belong unto the so-called white man. You see, you are branded with his mark. You are his property. That's basically what you're telling the Most High if you receive this chip. Now, going even deeper. The root word of charagma is charax, a pale, stake, or palisade. A palisaded rampart, pales between which earth, stones, trees, and timbers are heaped and packed together. From carasso, to sharpen to a point akin through the idea of scratching, i.e. stake, by implication, a palisade, a rampart, military. See, it goes on, but it basically says right here, to sharpen to a point akin through the idea of scratching. Now, let's do this. Let's go into a web search. We're going to break this all the way down through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. Let's go to a web search and go to this word stake. Now, you have to move through this in the spirit, man. You have to get rid of all the debris. You see? So now when you go down here to the origin of the word, Old English. So this is the word stake, right? Coming from the what? The word charax. So you go down here to the origin of the word, original staka, of West Germanic origin, related to Dutch staak, also stick. You see the two beside it. So let's go there. Let's go to stick 2. When you go down, see you see stick 1, and you go to stick 2. Push a sharp or pointed object into or through something. What's that sharp or pointed object? Let's get it. Let's go right here. Matter of fact, images. Yup. So go right here. So the sharp or pointed object is what old boy said he used to implant the chip, the RFID needle, man. To push a sharp or pointed object into or through something. And this is what the Apostle John was seeing, man. He was seeing people being implanted. Let's do needle. Let's do needle. The Apostle John was seeing people being implanted with this sharp or pointed object, man. And this is what old boy said, that the needles already came loaded with the RFID chip in it, man. So all you have to do is basically plug and play, man. You see? Plug and play. You see? So to push a sharp or pointed object into or through something. And this is about close to the same size as they were. He said one was 1.5 and the other one was 1.5 millimeters and the other one was 3.0 millimeters, 3 millimeters. You see? That's close to what you see he was using to insert himself with them damn chips, man. So going back, in the words stick, gotta go back down. Stick 2. Push a sharp or pointed object into or through something. Thrust, push, insert, jab, dig, plunge, ram, force, poke. Going on. Fix something on a pointed or pointed object. Of a pointed object, be or remain fixed with its point embedded in something. Stab or pierce with a sharp object. Now, where did we come from to get this word, man? We came from the root word of karagma, which is karas, man. And we went into the word stake, which led us to stick to. You see? Now, keep that in mind. Stick to. Now, we go to the origin. Keep that in mind. Stick to. Keep it in mind. So, let's go back to the prophecy. So Revelation 13 and 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. So you couldn't buy or sell unless you had this mark, man. This is what John the Revelator is saying, man. This is the vision that YAHAWASHI gave unto John the Revelator, man. You see? So when this vision, John was seeing people buying and selling with this chip. You see? Then he noticed people who weren't buying and selling because they didn't have the chip, man. You see? And he was like, damn, you can't even buy or sell unless you have this mark. You see? And that no man might buy or sell save he had the mark of the name of the beast. And you can go see articles of people buying and selling with this chip. You can go watch videos of people in Sweden using this chip to buy train tickets. And basically, Sweden is a fucking cashless society, man. So everything that pertains to their society, they do it by way of the RFID chip, man. They're not using any money. They're using that technology that's in that RFID chip. You see? So if you don't have this RFID chip, you won't be able to function in society, man. You won't be able to move like a normal person in the society, man. You see? You won't be able to just walk into a store and pull out a 20 and buy your goods, man. Buy your merchandise. No. You're only going to be able to buy or sell with this RFID chip, and if you don't have it, you're going to be shut out of society, man. You're going to become an outcast. You see? And Esau is going to try to starve you out. You see, to force your hand to make you receive that RFID chip, man. You see? Now, going on. Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. Now, when you go into this word, Salah, matter of fact, let's back up. Revelation 13 and 18. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man. You see? The number of a man. Not the number of the spiritual demons saved, but the number of a man. And that man is Esau Edom, the so-called white man, beginning with his elites, man. You see? Beginning with the elites. Beginning with the family of Rothschild, man. You see? All these elite banking families. This is what they want to do on the earth, man. This is a part of their new world order, to have everybody chipped. You see, for it is the number of a man, his number is 666. Now, when you go into this word 666 in the Greek, what does it say? Kaisai stigma, right? Let's go here. Stigma. Let's look it up. Now, what was the New Testament translated from? It was translated from the Greek, right? So let's go down to this word and the origin from the Greek. Stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument. A dot, you see that? A mark made by a pointed instrument. What is that pointed instrument, man? A mark made by a pointed instrument. You see? That's what it is, man. Going back. A stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument. Let's go right here. Where is it? Yeah. Late 16th century, denoting a mark by pricking or branding via Latin from Greek stigma, a mark made by a pointed instrument, a dot related to stick one. And that's why I said you have to move through the debris, man, because that's not what it's talking about right here, man. A thin piece of wood that was falling or being cut from a tree. No, man. You have to move through the debris, man. You see? And it leads you back to this, man. Stick to. And we're going to read this whole definition. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom. Push a sharp or pointed object into or through something. The same definition we just got from what? Karoks, man. You see? Fix something on a pointed or pointed object. Of a pointed object, be or remain fixed with its point embedded in something. to stab or pierce with a sharp object. It's the same thing that Karak said, man. You see? Going into that word stake, it led you right to here. The same thing being said. Now, when you go down here to the origin of this word, the word stick, right? It goes to this. Old English, Stichian, of German origin, related to German sticken, embroider. From an Indo-European root shared by Greek stizen, to prick. Stigma, you see? A mark. And Latin instigare, spur on. Early senses included pierce and remain fixed by its embedded pointed end. It goes back to what, man? Stigma. You see? That's what it goes back into, man. And this is what it's talking about. There is nothing else that this prophecy is speaking of, man. It's not talking about a doctrine. It's not talking about a philosophy. It's not talking about white women or Christianity. It's not talking about none of that shit, man. The prophecies is speaking on the RFID chip, man, which is the mark of the beast. You see? You can't go into this prophecy and get nothing else. If you go into these words, it doesn't lead you to nothing else besides this RFID chip, man. You see? Because what the hell a mark made by a pointing instrument got to do with Christianity or embargo or white women? How does that match, man? You see? And all these articles are coming out about the chip and all this information that's going to be stored on this chip, you see? And that goes back into that word mark. I forgot to go into that. Let's go into that real quick. So let's go back into the word mark, man. Let's go back into this word mark real quick and go even deeper. So we went to charagma, you see? Then you went to charax, which leads to the word stick, which goes into the word stigma. A mark made by a pointing instrument. That's what this word charax leads back to, the word stigma. Now, when you go even deeper into this word mark, it leads to what? Grapho, to write with reference to the form of letters, to delineate or form letters on a tablet, parchment paper, or other material, to write with reference to the contents of writing, to express in written characters, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. Write down, record, and what's things not to be forgotten? Your personal information, man. You see? That's what's going to be written on this RFID chip. You're going to have your personal identification code that differentiates your chip from everybody else's, man. So it's going to be your personal identity. It's going to be personal to you, man. You see? And to that chip, that if that chip is in your hand, that's your chip, man. And it's going to have your own personal identification code, just like your social security number, man. You see? You're not going to have a code. You're not going to have a chip with the same code on it, man. Everything is going to be catered to that person. You see? If that person gets the chip 145, he's going to be the only person to have that chip 145 on it, man. The personal identification code of chip 145 on it, man. You see? And all your information is going to be on that chip. So whenever they type in chip number 145, only your information is going to come on, man. It ain't going to be two people on the earth with a chip number 145. You see? That's what this is going into, man. Grapho, to commit to writing things not to be forgotten. Write down record, man. Your driving license information. You see your DMV information, your damn license registration, your insurance, the type of car you drive, what color it is, what year it is, what make it is, what model it is. You see? Your blood type. You see? Anything having anything to do with your person, man, your personal information is going to be written and recorded on this chip, man. You see? Which is going to be saved on the database, so it's going to have infinite information on it, man. You see? So everything you purchase on that with that RFID chip is going to go right to that database, right up under your personal information. On this day of this month, he purchased this, and this at this time and this time and this time, man. Everything, tracking everything you do. You see? He went to this gas station on this street at this time. You see? He put 35 on pump 7. He went into the store, bought a bag of Fritos and a Mountain Dew and an almond Snicker. You see? Which came up to be $8.45 plus tax. You see? All that's going to be on your chip, man. Everything having to do with that personal identification code is going to be written on that chip, man. You see, it's going to be tracked and saved on that database. You see? So how in the fuck you, man, How you getting anything else out of this prophecy, man? How you getting anything else? What the fuck does Christianity have to do with a mark made by a pointed instrument, man? You see? What does an embargo have to do with a mark made by a pointed instrument, man? You see? It has nothing to do with it, man. You just reaching, and all the information is right here in your face, man. You see? And it's out of pride, because you don't want to say Apostle Yahawah was right through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI, man. And that shit is going to get you and your followers destroyed, man, because you are teaching these men, you see, that there is no RFID chip, that it don't exist. Now, we can clearly see the article is coming out. Let's go back to that shit. Articles coming out crazy on the RFID chip, but ain't no RFID chip. Another one just came out 8 hours ago. Let's refresh this shit. You see? Take away this needle. Look at that. 7 hours ago, 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 1 week ago, 1 week ago, 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago. What is that? Etisalat reveals data chip implant in your hand. Sweden sees microchip implant revolution. A chip in my hand unlocks my house. Why does that scare people? The future of microchip implants in humans. Sweden stars residents with microchips access to identification. Microchip implants in the skin could replace cash. Come on, man. Swedes are getting implants in their hands to replace cash and credit cards. Technology is only skin deep subdermal microchip implants. Come on, man. That's three. This Tesla owner wanted to control her Model 3, so she implanted a valid key in her arm. You see? Chip implants, the next big privacy debate. Come on, man. Are we edging closer to microchip future? How I lost and regained control of my microchip implant. Thousands of Swedes are inserting microchips under their skin. Microchip implants are threatening their worker rights. Come on, man. It's all over the place, man. You see? This is the art. This is the mark of the beast. This is the mark of the beast, man. Man. This is the mark of the beast, man. How are you not seeing it? Let's go here. Let's go to Daniel, man. 12 and 10. Daniel 12 and 10. Many shall be purified and made white and tried. But the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And that's what we're seeing, man. You see? You're not understanding because you're being wicked, man. You see? The Most High is not giving it to you to understand, man, even with all this evidence in your face. You see? Out of your pride, man. You see? Out of your pride. Them cats pushing that chip shit. Well, that chip shit, that shit is everywhere. How about that? It's everywhere, man. Everybody's getting it, man. You see? And it's not happening by coincidence, man. This is it. If it's anything else, bring forth the information, man. Bring forth the proof. You see? Bring forth that is Christianity, man. Bring forth that is an embargo, white women. You see? Bring it forth, man. You see? Prove it. Cause we can go into articles for days and filter it through the scriptures, man, through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. You see? So Daniel 12 and 10, many shall be purified and made white and tried, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand. And that's what you're seeing, man. You see, the men of the Lord, we understand that this RFID chip is the mark of the beast, man, and there is nothing else. You see, right along with that Neuralink or any type of brain interface, that's the mark of the beast in your forehead, man. You see? This is it, man. What else are you looking for? What else are you looking for, man? It goes back to pride, man. All these years, Apostle Yahawah has been pushing this RFID chip, and it's coming to pass through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. You see? And all this time you have talked shit about this man. You see? And now it's coming to pass. Now you got to eat your words, man. But you don't want to do it out of your pride, man. You don't want to bite it. You don't want to bite it and say, all right, Apostle Hart was right. The mark of the beast is the RFID chip. You don't want to do that, man. You see? Out of pride, man. Fuck all that. You got people's salvation in your hands, man. Because if they listening to you thinking that the RFID chip is not the mark of the beast, what you think they're going to do? They're going to go take the chip. And what is going to happen when they take that chip? They're going to be put to death, man. Thus saith the Bible. You see? That's what the prophecy say would happen if you took this RFID chip, man. You see, so you telling your congregation, you telling your followers that there is no RFID chip. The mark of the chip ain't the mark of the beast. It's something else, and all this other bullshit you telling them. Now, if they go and get this chip, now what's gonna happen, man? You see, Revelation 14:9, and the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb YAHAWASHI. That's what's written if you take that RFID chip, man. So now you got your followers, your congregation, you see, walking behind your ass because you're telling them, oh, the RFID chip ain't the mark of the beast. You can take the chip. If your kids got to eat, you got to take the chip. Well, the scripture says if you get that fucking mark, that's your ass, man. You see? You will be judged by fire and brimstone. Thus saith YAHAWASHI. You see? As a matter of fact, let's get this word mark to see if it's talking about the same thing. Maybe it's talking about a different mark. Receivers, oh, look at that. Charagma goes into what? Charax, which goes into what? Grapho. You see? The same word that was talked about in Revelation 13, man. So if you get this chip, you're going to be tormented with fire and brimstone, man. And this is what you other camps are playing with, man. By not telling your congregation to stay away from this chip, to not push it and be fervent about it, man. To not take a stance on it. You're leading your congregation to death, man. You see? A horrible, horrendous, painful, agonizing death, man. This is what's written. Verse 11. And the smoke of their torment ascendeth up forever and ever. And they have no rest day nor night, who worship the beast and his image, and whosoever receiveth the mark of his name. You see that? And the smoke of their torment. Let's get this word torment, man. Maybe this is something good. All right, I ain't think so. Torment, severe physical or mental suffering, cause to experience severe mental or physical suffering. You see, torture, afflict, horror, plague, distress, agonize, excruciate, and it's gonna be mental. It's gonna be physical and mental, man. Because the Most High is going to put that fire on your ass, man. You see? For whoever receives this mark of the beast, man, which is the RFID chip. If you get that damn neural link in your brain, you see, any type of brain interface, man, that's the mark of the beast in your forehead, man. You see? What else are you looking for, man? What else could it be? If it's something else, bring forth the proof. Bring forth the evidence, man. You see? Man, y'all playing with fire. Literally, man. Y'all literally playing with fire, man. Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not attained that which he seeketh for, but the election have attained it, and the rest were blinded. And you're blinded right now, man. You see? To say there ain't no microchips when I just went through 3 pages of articles dealing with the damn microchip, man. You see? People are still putting them shits in their skin, man. They have it where you can go buy them for $60 and get it loaded with anything you want it loaded with. You see? But ain't no microchips. Ain't enough data on the chip. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here, man. What is it then? What is it? You see? What are you seeking for, man? Pride, man. Pride, man, is going to get you destroyed, man. Pride goeth before destruction, and a haughty spirit before a fall, man. You see? Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it. You see? The men of the Lord. Hey, man, we know this chip is the mark of the beast, man. We know it through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. All signs point to it, man. We ain't wrestling with it. You see? The first time I heard it, I knew it was the truth, man. You see? And through the spirit, the Most High has given me the ability to go in to break it down, man. You see? By having my teachers teach me, and I'm going doing more research on my own, man. And nothing else points to anything else being the mark of the beast, man. Besides this RFID chip, man. This is it. There is nothing else, man. So Romans 11:7. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded, man. And you other camps are blinded, man. You see? And you other camps who believe that the RFID chip is the mark of the beast, and you're not preaching it and not pushing it like Great Millstone, man, you full of shit, man. You see? Because you have to warn the people that this shit is coming, man. How else are they going to know not to take this RFID chip if you don't warn them, man? Fucking playing, man. So with that, man, I'm gonna give all praises, all honor, all glory to YAHAWAH, BAHA, YAHAWASHI, BAHA. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone for teaching me this truth according to the Bible through the spirit and power of YAHWASHI. A sincere peace and salutation to all you hopeful elect Akim out there pushing this word in all truth and sincerity, doing the work as YAHWAH, YAHWASHI has commanded you to do, so he can wake up and seal the elect of the nation of Israel, which consists of you so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans, and you Israelites who are scattered amongst the heathen nations that may look like the heathen nations, but your father's seed line goes back to you being a so-called Negro, Hispanic, or Native American. Shalom, wa, abba, baba.